Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my July favorites and disappointments. We do have some disappointments this month, which is a little disappointing. So we're going to start off with the good stuff, the favorites. I have a new primer combo that I've been loving. The NYX Plump Right Back Plumping Serum with Primer. I'm loving this because I actually just realized that I have gone through a lot of my products. I finished my e.l.f. Jelly Pop and I need to purchase a new one immediately because I tell you guys all the time, this has to be in my collection no matter what else is in my collection. I love this that much. So this is on my list. I have a list already from drugstore products that I need to pick up at Target, but I've been loving this one since that one ran out. I was like, okay, let me use this one up as well. I like it because my skin lately has been feeling not as moisturized as I would like it to after I apply moisturizer. So that means I have to switch out my moisturizer as well. But that's neither here nor there. This gives me that extra bit of hydration that I feel like my skin is lacking. So I have been loving that a lot. And I have been pairing this primer with the SHEGLAM Birthday Skin Primer. Now, I am going to do a video trying SHEGLAM products. But I thought I had purchased the wrong one. This is like the pink one, and I think the one I saw a review for that was so amazing was the yellow one. I don't know if it's the same thing. I hope that one is good as well. But I have been obsessed with this. It makes my skin matte. It fills in my pores. It gives me that smooth appearance. I don't have to apply a lot. It doesn't feel like I'm applying a paste either. It just feels, it kind of feels like a cream product that's a little bit hydrating, which I didn't expect. And I'm loving it. I'm wearing it today just so you guys can see how, you know, it looks under everything and how it just makes my skin look so nice, smooth, that blurred look. Loving this primer and this combination in general. I'm just really liking it. I'm still using it this month. I know I need to get on another I need to use other products, but I've been using up my products. Also used up my Benefit Porefessional, and this one is literally, I have one more use left, and that's what I'm saving it for like a timeout for a day out on the weekend party or whatever the case may be. I have about one use left in this, and it's the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Icy Sherbet Primer that I love and I'm obsessed with as well. So I've gone through 3 primers, just FYI. Also gone through 2, this is the new one, 2 setting powders. This one I smacked it as much as I could to get everything out. This one as well. I'm telling you guys, I am going through my products left and right, as I should be. Now, for foundation, I decided to go back to the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. 24-hour wear, mattifying, second skin effect. I have mine in the shade 035 Natural Beige, and I'm really liking it. I feel like it does give you that second skin feel. Like it's not super cakey, but it's matte and it's full coverage on my skin, which I love that. And it's the one that I feel like matches my skin tone the best. When I'm applying it, I am going to say it looks a little yellowish, but as it finishes drying, setting, and I do everything else, it's the absolute perfect match. Especially I can tell right here on my neck, because I know sometimes you can tell that it's a little bit more orange, the other foundations that I've been using, and I'm just not happy or like fully content with the foundations that I have. I mean, I like them, they're okay, but I'm not in love with them. I'm not loving the foundations I have currently in my collection, but I'm just trying to work them out and get them out. So I was like, oh, let's try this in July, and I loved it. This is the only one that I could say that I am loving again, and it is working amazing for my skin. Now, I've also finished This is a lot of I finished products. I finished the Urban Decay All Nighter little setting spray. I want to buy a bigger one so that I can put some product in here because this is what I like to carry in my purse. Since it's smaller, you know, more convenient. So I haven't thrown that out. I am going to put it in the box of my finished products, which I feel like I need to do a video already because I already have those boxes full. I love that for me because that means I am going through a lot of products. But I decided to go back to my Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last Dragon Fruit Peach Scented Setting Spray. That's a mouthful. I barely have anything left in here as well, which is also amazing. So I can move on to the straw. I think it's watermelon kiwi and the mango coconut. The mango coconut is the one that has the most just because I'm not a fan of the coconut scent, but I love the setting spray, so I will definitely finish that before the end of this year. I have on my list a few things that I do want to finish up, a few more things. This one will probably be done by next month because I'm going to continue to finish it up. I am loving it. You know, I also needed something to set my skin down and lock it down with the heat we've been getting. Although it rained the other day and I was in heaven. I was literally standing out in the rain, loving every second of it. I was ready to lay on the ground in the grass and just, you know, rain therapy. Who else loves the smell of that first rain? Like for me, I already know usually when it rains is the end of October, usually when it's Halloween. On Halloween day, we always used to get rain, and the smell of that first rain, I just love it. Babe says there's a word for it. It's called something that I love, that smell of the first rain. But it makes me so happy because I love fall and winter. Those are my favorite times of the year. Like I thrive. I know some people, you know, don't like it because it's gloomy, dark, gray out. That is like the perfect day, perfection for me. And literally it starts raining and you can catch me watching Twilight. I don't know what it is, but the moment it starts raining, I need to be cuddled up in bed, at least watch one of the movies, one of the Twilight movies, because I don't know, so it does something for me to watch those movies when it's raining. Moving on, I have cream blushes. And by the way, these are exploding and becoming so viral on TikTok. And I've been talking about this specific color 4 months already. It's the Pixi On The Glow Blush Tinted Moisturizer Stick. These are not new by any means. This is the color Juicy, the one I have. I also have the color Ruby. This one, I just want to share with you guys the color because I'm talking about this one. Obviously, I use this one all month of July. Love it. Something I like about this is that I can apply it on top of my makeup. Like once I've already set my makeup with my powder, I can still go ahead and apply this and it looks beautiful. I will say I apply it with a stippling brush and I do not rub the product. I just stipple it on, and I feel like maybe that's the key to it not moving my foundation because it doesn't move it. It just blends it in so beautifully. Like it just melts with the powder and the foundation. Love it. They are really good. I've been talking about them for months and they are now blowing up on TikTok and they're becoming viral. Now, I was intimidated by this color. I found it the other day. I was moving my stuff around and I found it and I was like, oh, I really love the Juicy color. I don't know if I would try this one, but I was like, let's give it a shot. You know, I'm not going to lose anything. I don't have to apply that much. And the key to these is apply little. Go in little by little because once you apply a lot, then, you know, that's when it's a hot mess. Also, I don't apply these directly to the skin. I take a brush and grab some product and then go from there. I find that the best way to apply these. And here is this color. It's more of like a hot, like a deep hot pink shade. I really like it. Moving on to palettes, I have 3 palettes. I was gonna say 2, but I do have 3. So I've been doing a lot of colorful looks, if you guys haven't noticed. And during July, I did a bunch more. I just didn't post, and I just had a crazy July was crazy. So I didn't post a lot. So I'm trying to like catch back up and get back on my schedule. But I got this palette as a gift, and I am obsessed with it. This is a ColourPop like customized palette, customized palette. One of my mom's friends gave me a box full of makeup. It had all different kinds of makeup, ColourPop, what was the other brand? Juvia's Place palettes, Clarins, Hourglass, MAC, a lot of MAC, Kaja, and a few other brands, and a ColourPop as well, this palette. And I was like, okay, let me try those eyeshadows because they look amazing. Some I haven't used. You guys can see these are still new. But I've been using this row, and I've used 2 of the glitters. I am already familiar with their formula. I just love the layout of this palette. I want to start using this blush because it just looks gorgeous, like my type of shade. And this one's called My Sun and Stars, in case you guys wanted to know. They're all ColourPop eyeshadows. They all have their name at the back. And you can do this yourself. You can buy the little palette. I've actually seen it because I was buying my rainbow palette this morning. Yes, I got it. I told you guys I wanted it. I haven't wanted a palette that bad in a long time. So I was there at 10 buying my palette. I bought a few other things, so you guys will see that in a haul soon. But I am obsessed with this palette. And the other palette that I used a lot, and this was more of like an everyday palette, was the Huda Beauty Nude palette. I over the years have continued to go back to my Huda Beauty palettes because I just love them so much. ColourPop and Huda Beauty eyeshadows are some of my favorites. I know some people don't like them. It's a hit or miss for everyone, but I feel like in general, every brand, every product will be a hit or miss for everyone because we all like different things. These happen to work amazingly for me, and when I don't know what to do, I feel like my eye always goes to the Huda Beauty area because I do have, like, you know, I have a spot for them. And then I have some of their small palettes, the Mini Obsessions palettes up there. And this was just one of my absolute favorite Huda Beauty palettes. I feel like I am in need of a new one. Like, they need to do something like this big, but maybe like some... I would say warm shades because that's just what I love, but you know, maybe a colorful big palette like this, I would still buy it even if it comes out later on. But that's just because I think that I just really like her palettes in general, the whole aesthetic of them, the picture, you know, her eyes. I know some people say like, oh, her face on a palette again. I mean, it's her brand, so I get it. I personally like it. I think they look really, really nice. And this one, I just went back to it last month, as well as the Going Coconuts ColourPop palette. This palette right here kind of inspired me to go back to using color and my monochromatic palettes, and they look crazy right there because I have this one here. They have been in my drawer, and the one I'm wearing today is the Lilac You A Lot from ColourPop, which is another of their monochromatic palettes. I feel like this is the one that I hadn't used as much, so I decided to pull it out today, and I did a full look just using this palette, and I love it. I will like to say that this shade right here, it's called Iffy, is one of the prettiest, brightest, most pigmented purples that I own and that I've used. And once you apply it, it stays on. You know how sometimes there's some colors like that, some matte shades that are bright and colorful, and you start blending and the color blends away, so you have to apply some more. This packed it on, and it packed a punch, and it stayed. And I was like, okay, that looks beautiful. I love it. So that's what I used today. I've also been using the yellow one. I went back to using my Big Poppy palette as well. I'm just in a ColourPop mood lately, I think. So that's that. And lastly, I have for favorites, these two lip products. These two were in that box of new makeup products that I got, the new ones that my mom's friend gave me, and they're from Clarins. These are the well, this one's the Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil, and this is a Lip Comfort Oil. So this one's like a see-through, and this one I'm pretty sure it's called something else because it has a little glitter flecks. These are the most beautiful and most comfortable lip oils. I am obsessed with them. They look beautiful. They are not super greasy and like oily, because there are some lip oils that just feel like grease on the lips and it's annoying. These are more of a gloss with a hydrating oil type of deal. That's the best way I can explain it. Let me just show you guys. My god, they're so comfortable on the lips, and I wear these all day if I'm wearing makeup, if I'm not wearing makeup, after my skincare, in the morning, before the gym. Like, I just like to keep my lips hydrated, and these do that for me. This one, love it. It gives like the lips a little, the tiniest little like red pinky hue, and I love it. They look so juicy and plumpy, and they're not sticky at all. So I am obsessed with these. If you're looking for a good, comfortable lip oil that you can wear all day, these are definitely it. So this is a shade 04 Candy. Yeah. And they have the slightest scent. It's like more like a sweet scent. And this one, 07 Honey Glam. Obsessed. Now I have a new disappointment, and I already tried it, and then I have two old products that I just wanted to try them again because I wanted to be sure that they didn't work out for me, that they were a disappointment, so I decided to try them again. But let's start off with the new one, which is the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. Since I went through my poreless putty and I went through this one I only have one use of it, but I needed something to make my skin matte and to smooth it out and like fill in my pores, which you guys know, this hurts my heart to say this because I love the poreless putty, the original formula, the pink one. That's my absolute jam. It always has to be in my collection at all times, and it's on my list to pick up because I need it. I need it. This is just not it for me. It doesn't do nothing to my skin. I feel like it doesn't really mattify my skin. It doesn't fill in my pores. I know maybe it's not to fill in my pores because the other one's poreless and this one's just matte, but I feel like it would add the same deal to the putty primer as a putty primer. It does nothing. I feel like I am applying a cream that just glides on my skin. It doesn't make my skin feel matte. When I apply my foundation, like even though I waited like 20 minutes, it never dried down like to a matte finish to where I was like, oh, my skin's gonna look nice and matte. Even just the matte. So if it didn't fill in the pores, okay, whatever. But it didn't even make my skin matte. So it's definitely, I'm giving this away to my cousin, my mom, a friend, see if they like it, if it works out for them, because it just does nothing for me. I will be sticking to the poreless putty primer. That one's on my list to pick up already. Now, the other two that I am for sure now, and I know that they just don't work out for me, are these two concealers. So the first one is a NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I really wanted to like this, and I saw a lot of like rave around this, so I was like, oh, let me try it again. Like maybe I did something wrong. Like, I don't feel like I necessarily have dry under eyes or oily. They're just like normal, I would say. They do crease, but that's just because I have a very like big fine line under each eye. But it's not because it's oily or it's dry. It's just have normal skin under my eyes. And this, it does add hydration, which I don't mind because I actually have hydrating concealers that work really, really good. Like this one, for example, is one of my favorites, and it's literally almost out. So I do like to use hydrating concealers, and they never look how this concealer looks. This one, it moves my foundation, first of all, which I hate when any product does that. I tried applying the concealer first and then the foundation, and it just like, it had no coverage. I still had to apply more concealer, and it still moved my foundation. So I just it's not for me. Maybe if you have dry under eyes, I would recommend this, because it is hydrating. That factor definitely it's good, but the whole lifting, moving my foundation, making it look ugly, once a product does that for me, I do not want to try it again. But I still gave it another chance with a few different foundations, and it was a no-go. And then the Maybelline Superstay Activewear. This is the tiniest applicator, like even tinier than the regular size applicators from back in the day. And I just have to put this back in and get product 5 to 6 times, and that's just excessive for concealer, honestly. Let me show you. This is more of a regular size applicator from back in the day. It's the one from the Benefit Boing Concealer. And this is the Maybelline. Look at how skinny it is compared to this, and look how tiny, and it's just flat. It's also like wobbly, like at the top. It's a no for me. It doesn't work out. I don't like it. Oh crap, I put it in the wrong container. I feel like it doesn't have coverage. Especially that I have to dip it in 5 to 6 times, and I just feel like I don't have coverage. Like it doesn't really do much for me. So I will probably give this to my mom, see if she likes it. And maybe that she can use it, because it didn't work out for me. And that's basically it for my favorites and disappointments from July. Let me know in the comments a favorite, a disappointment you had in the month of July. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. And like always, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.